Hi, this is Isabella Ariandella, and today we are going to talk about the factorial design. For the past week, we learned that the simplest research involved one independent variable and one dependent variable. But what happens when a researcher wants to study more than one independent variable? So in this video, we'll look closer at the factorial design. A factorial design is an experiment whose design consists of two or more factors, each with discrete possible values or levels, and whose experimental units takes all possible combinations of these levels across such factors.
For example, a 2 by 2 factorial design, it is called a 2 by 2 factorial because there are two factors each at two levels. On the other hand, we have 2 by 3 factorial where we have two factors with three levels. And now, we are going to discuss the terminologies that further explain this topic, the factors and the levels that corresponds to each factors.
Factors are what we are referring as the independent variable. The number of factors tells us how many independent variables we have. One IV factor or one factor design is when we are just looking at one independent variable. Two IV factors are the two factors design in which there are two independent variables we are looking at. And the three IV factor or the three factor design is when we are looking at three variables simultaneously. And for our topic, we have the difficulty of test and gender as our independent variable, in which each factor has corresponding levels. So when we say levels, it tells us about the number of groups or conditions for each independent variable. Given to the factors that we are looking at, we have the easy, average, and hard as the levels that falls under the difficulty of test. And the other factor, which is the gender, that specifies a male and female.
Main effects. A main effect is the effect of one of your independent variables on the dependent variable, ignoring the effects of all other independent variables. Interaction, which is when the two factors interact with each other to affect the dependent variable.
Factorial design offers several advantages. Factorial design are more efficient than one factor at a time experiments. They provide more information at similar or lower cost. Factorial designs allow additional factors to be examined at no additional cost. When the effect of one factor is different for different levels of another factor, it cannot be detected by an one factor at a time experiment. Factorial design are required to detect such interactions. Factorial designs allow the effects of a factor to be estimated at several levels of the other factors, yielding conclusions that are valid over a range of experimental conditions.